everyone, it's Awkward Girl Beth. I'm here very late making my team builder video for my next league match tomorrow, which technically in some places may already be tomorrow, but whatever. And this is my kitten. Isn't he the cutest little fuzz muffin you ever did see? Look at, he's like, get me out of this. Okay. Oh, bye-bye. 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 Okay. So anyhow, sorry, that was a little random, but so basically my next league match is against Arcanium. He has a very interesting team. What I really dislike about it is the fact that it's actually extremely bulky. A lot of his mons are a lot more stally than anything, and he actually said that that was kind of the plan that he was going for, so I was a little nervous about all that because I'm not sure whether or not how I could actually deal with it, so making a team for him was very interesting. That being said, I actually don't have the spreadsheet up, so I'm going to have to do that real quick. Give me 1 sec. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. So, I know that's kind of like unprofessional, but anyway, his team is the Atlanta Braxiens, and it consists of Mega Altaria, Ferrothorn, Tornadus Therian, Suicune, Cresselia, Crobat, Chandelure, Electros, Gastrodon, Skuntank, Bastiodon, Uxie, Glaceon, and Girafarig. So, as you've already noticed, a lot of his team, like I said before, is full of bulk. And I believe his fastest mons are Girafarig, Glaceon's mediocre in speed. Uxie is actually really fast, however, it doesn't really attack hard or anything like that. It's more of, like I said, it's bulky and it has a lot of statusy moves. And then you have Chandelure and Crobat and Tornadus. Those are his fastest mons, and I didn't see him. When I looked at his team and I thought about mine, which is the Mega Metagross, Clefable, Dragonite, Azelf, Tornadus, Mamoswine, Blastoise, Amogus, Cinccino, Exploud, Hariyama, Electivire, Kecleon, Perugly, I didn't really see him bringing too many of the faster mons that he had. When I was going through my prediction and what I wanted to think he was going to bring, my kitten is staring right at me. It's so adorable. Anyhow, I thought he was going to bring Mega Altaria, Ferrothorn, Suicune, Crobat, Cresselia, and Chandelure. That was my biggest prediction. And then possibly the Gastrodon on the side, or the Tornadus Therian, so I can have a faster Pokemon or whatever to hit my team, because my team does have a lot of fast mons in it. And honestly, in my opinion, I would think that he was going to be one of my tougher matches, and I do apologize. I really suck at team building explanations. So that being said, and with my predictions of what I just said being that, I decided that I definitely wanted to bring Mega Metagross, just because of the fact that I liked his move pool and how diverse it was. I figured that bringing his strong established Meteor Mash would be able to at least two-shot some of the mons. Having Bullet Punch after whittling down his team and being able to have the priority I thought was really good. Then Headbutt actually hits one or two of his Pokemon relatively hard, and Thunder Punch was for the Suicune, so that way I could try to two-shot it unless I were to get a burn from Scald, which I was really hoping wouldn't happen. So that being said, I wanted to go a little bit more offensive. When I was looking at his team, as you can see, I didn't want to have too crazy speed investment because his fastest mon is Chandelure, and since I can't Scarf Metagross, I didn't really see a point of giving it full speed investment. I thought that the best thing I could do is give it as much so that way I can outspeed, even though predicting a Scarf on it, I wouldn't exactly want to stay in on it, but for whatever reason, if he wasn't, I knew I could actually hit it and whatnot, because it's kind of frail on the physical side, so I figured that would be okay. And then I wanted to go for especially bulky, because thinking about the monsters bringing like the Gastrodon or the Chandelure, I could probably take 2 hits from and then take care of that if I had to. And I believe the Suicune too, I can tank a few hits from that as well, even after I believe like a +2 Calm Mind. Mega Metagross actually takes it relatively well. trying to think what else. What else would I bring Mega Metagross for? Mega Metagross also, what I was really worried about when looking at his team, that Cresselia, that Ferrothorn, and the Chandelure really give my team a problem. So I wanted to make sure that if any of those mons came aside from, I believe one of them is physical, I wouldn't have to worry about taking special hits. So that's why I had Man of Steel more special on the special side. But he was just there to hit hard and then take out if I had to, and then be able to take hits too for like 1 or 2 switch-ins if need be. And then that being said, we have to come into Mammoth Spine, who my idea was this. After seeing how well hazard stacking worked for some people in other leagues and whatnot, I thought that having Stealth Rock up and then going for Roar would be really helpful, especially since a lot of his mon are setup mons, like the Cresselia, the Suicune, and all that. I thought it would be great to have them set up and then just to have me roar them out, and not only will they get all those boosts that they wasted trying to get taken care of, and not have to worry about that anymore, and also have rock damage building up too, especially since if we did have Chandelure, rocks hurt it pretty bad, and I wanted to hinder his team as much as possible, because being how bulky it was, being able to roar them out and continuously tack on that damage, I thought that would actually be a great idea, so that way I could whittle them down without actually having to do anything, which is another reason as to why I had Mammoth Swine fully physically bulky, only because I want to take those physical hits. And I want to be able to take a little bit of special hits, so that's why I have a positive special defense nature, but not as much investment. And then the rest is an attack, so that way I could just hit whatever comes in hard. And I believe I can actually take an overheat from Chandelure at this point, and then proceed to kill it with Earthquake. I was hoping that, you know, maybe now he would get greedy or get cocky and think that he could take me out. So that's why I also have the investment the way I have it too, so that way I can be able to do some damage to the ones that I'm really worried about, as well as, again, the Cress and the Suicune and all that. However, I don't believe I could actually take anything really well from the Suicune. That's why I had Man of Steel with Thunder Punch and whatnot, because I believe that was a 2-hit KO. And since it's physical, I don't have to worry about it setting up with Calm Minds and whatnot. And then, I also believe I have Ice Wall Crash for the Crobat. I have Earthquake to be able to hit the Mega Altaria. I have Earthquake for, Earthquake to hit a Gastrodon on the physical side if need be. Earthquake helps with the Bastiodon. Earthquake helps with the Glaceon. So I thought, you know, and plus it stabs, so Earthquake is hard on everybody. It's one of the best moves in the game, so that is pretty much Mammoth Swan's idea. And then I put Citrus Berry on it because I really did not know what to put on it. I really didn't, and I didn't really see what he could really do to me, so I was thinking having that and then be able to take whatever damage and then having my HP go back up would be the best bet that I could do. My cat is so cute. He's like... He wants to be in this video. Right? Right? Right, pussies? I love my kitties. Okay, so anyway. Sorry, distractions. That being said, now we could go to Azel, who, to me, is super important. I really need Azel for a lot of the mons on his team. I need Azel for... As you saw, I had Flamethrower on it. I needed the Flamethrower for the Ferrothorn. I needed the Side Shock to hit for neutral damage on pretty much everybody and be able to hit them hard. I have Flamethrower for the Glaceon, for the Bastiodon. I have Side Shock and Stab just to hit hard. And what's really important is the Taunt, because, again, a lot of his monsters are setup sweepers. They like to stack hazards. He just has this extra bulk and all that, and I want to prevent them from doing everything as much as possible, which is another reason why I have Taunt, and I have Trick on here. After my match with Nick, no spoilers here, there was a certain incident with Trick that really caught my attention, and when I saw that Azelf Killer and Trick, I thought it would be perfect, because not only is having Azelf Choice into a Scarf not bad, because it outspeeds, I believe it also outspeeds the Chandelure, which is why I have the investment in speed the way I have it, so that way with a Scarf I'll outspeed, that a lot of his mons, if they were to get a Scarf, like the Cresselia, the Gastrodon, the Uxie, I wanted to try to shut them down as best as possible, and I thought he wouldn't be expecting the Trick coming. He would be either expecting a physical set, a special set, whatever, that being able to trick whatever those mons are that are really one one way of being able to do something, which is to either hazard stack or to status, that being able to just trick him into that would be the best thing possible to shut down at least one of his mons, and I thought it would be a great idea, and I couldn't wait to try it. As well as having her modest, so that way Samantha can just hit as hard as possible, because it's so important to be able to hit that Ferrothorn as hard as possible, and the Glaceon and all that. And then I put the rest of investment in defense, only because I wanted, with the way his mons were, I want to be able to at least take 2 hits without having to worry about being hit myself, or not being hit, excuse me. I wouldn't have to worry about going down either. And that's it for that. And then we have Tuppy, Blastoise. I believe this is his debut. I originally called him Tippy after my mom's turtle, and I had a battle with Old Man Tubb, and I used the nickname Tippy, and he thought I was saying Tuppy after him, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to stick with that, and I called him Tuppy since then. Just wanted to say that, because I am pretty sure Old Man Tubb watches his videos, I think. Anyway. Again, I wanted to go for bulk. I wanted to outbulk his bulk, so I went for max special defense. I wanted to make sure that I would be able to take hits from the Gastrodon and whatnot, and be able to hit back with either a Dark Pulse or an Ice Beam for neutral damage and to get flinches. And then I have Rapid Spin to get rid of rocks, just in case. It's pretty standard set on him. I just had him literally to be able to soak up as much special hits as possible if need be, like if that Chandelure came, or if the oh, that tickles. Or if the Electros was special too, I'd be able to take a Volt Switch from that, or a Thunderbolt even, and be okay. I have it to wall the Suicune. I have it for the special version of Mega Altaria, so he was able to build tank kits as well, and for the Cresselia too, as long as it doesn't get Calm Minds up, and if I have either the taunt, or if I were to trick it into a Scarf like I'm hoping for, I wouldn't have to worry about anything and just be able to take it out with a few Dark Pulses. So, standard set, I really just needed him to get rid of rocks, because I did see a few I think he has like 3 months I could set up rocks, so I wanted to make sure that there's no rocks on my side. It's very important that there isn't any. So, basic standard set. And then you have my Clefable, who is, to me, one of my win conditions, because I was thinking in my head, having Grass Knot for the Gastrodon is perfect. He won't be expecting it. Toxic to whittle down all of those setup mons, like the Cresselia, the Suicune, and all that. I mean, I understand the Suicune has rest, but I would be forcing him to rest and sleep talk, which could just stick him into Calm Minds or something like that, and he'd be screwed. And then I have Safeguard. Safeguard was something I wanted to put up just in case, because he also has mons that can do a lot of statusing. I don't want statuses on my side, because unless I was running Heal Bell, which is only, I think, 8 PP, I wanted to ensure that I could, for the longest way possible, not have statuses on my side. So Safeguard was extremely important. And Moonblast for stab, just to hit hard, because, you know, believe it or not, even with minimal investment, which as you can see I have in special attack, Clefable hits hard, and it's pretty crazy how hard Clefable can actually hit. So that being said, I went with specially defensive mon. I think I should have been a little bit more on the physical side, but I expected more special hitters than physical, so that's why I was investing more in special defense as opposed to physical defense. And then the rest in HP, you know, to take as much hits as possible. And I have an ability Unaware, because again, he has a lot of setup mons. I wanted to make sure that if I was going to be in there, and he did go for all those Calm Minds, or he did go for like bulk ups, or anything, Curse for that matter. I think Braxiens gets Curse. I wanted to make sure that none of that mattered to me. That if his Altaria were to go for Dragon Dance, I would not care, because I have Unaware. So I think Clefable was perfect, and I have to know, I love her nickname. I like the nickname because there's a move that it learns where when it uses it, it does this funny little dance, and I'm not gonna do it. I actually did the dance in the battle, which again I actually had, just to throw it out there. I'm not gonna put this team builder up unless I have the battle, and it was I don't know why I danced. I'm so embarrassed from that, but Clefable does this dance with this move, and it's so funny, and it reminds me of those chicks from those stupid cartoons and whatnot, the stereotypical, oh no you didn't kind of thing. So, I'm sorry, I just had to throw it out there. And leftovers, of course, just because. And now my other favorite mod, Bijou the Cinccino. I could not wait to use her, only because I would expect Bijou to be able to hit his team really hard. It has Bullet Seed for the Gastrodon. It has, I keep going in between his teams so that way I can pay attention and not forget anything. It has Bullet Seed for the Suicune. It has, the return stab instead of tail slap, because the 10% damage that I missed doesn't really matter, and I don't want to risk the miss, so that's why I prefer return over tail slap unless it's extremely necessary. Return just hits everybody hard, and then I believe I have, yes, and I have Rock Blast, which is great for the Crobat, it's great for the Chandelure, it's great for the Megalitaria, including return too. It's great, it's just great. This Pokemon, it is so adorable and so cool, and I really, really like the idea. I love the abilities too. The diverse move pool, the speed, it's just, I think it's perfect. And I decided to split the EVs in defense and special defense, because again, I want to make sure that I can be able to, if I have to, switch in and still be alive enough to do as much damage as possible. I have enough speed advancement, so I outspeed most of the Pokemon on his team. I believe I outspeed the fastest mon, except for Uxie, which again, I honestly didn't see him bringing it, and at the same time, I don't see him running max speed anyway. Who runs max speed Uxie? I don't know. That being said, I really like the idea of a set because two workups and I sweep his entire team. That is how great Bijou is, and I wanted to be a little different. I wanted to have at least one setup sweeper, and I thought having workup would be great. And I was actually running through a whole bunch of different kinds of moves that I could use with this thing. Thunder Wave. It has a move that lowers the defense and special defense of Lemon. It has a move that it has so much coverage, and it's great. And I love this thing. I really love this thing. So that being said, I think I explained everything to the best of my abilities. I'm sorry if I'm a little vague and I'm not interesting enough. These videos are literally just so that I can explain somewhat of my thought process through my team building for my opponent. And if you have any suggestions, any ideas, anything I have missed, any questions, feel free to ask me. And if you think that these videos are boring and stupid and they shouldn't be on the channel, well, tell me that and I will take them off. I'm very open to you guys telling me the truth. I really don't care, as long as it's, like, not garbage mean. But in that case, I am going to go, and thank you for watching. I'm sorry that I'm such a mess, and have a great day.